So how to make affirmations work. All right. That is coming up. We have a brand new sponsor on our program here with Dr. Janae Lamaski, heard every Saturday at 11 a.m. Outside of the show, you can comment as well, 954-871-3888, 954-871-3888. Live in studio, 888-565-1470. But first, let's go to the phone. And on the line is, and this is an attorney. He is 2-0 with me, so that's why I'm glad that he's joined.
What is 2-0?
Perfect score?
Oh, perfect score.
He has not lost a case with me, or he hasn't lost a case for me, I should say.
Oh wow! And he took you on.
I'm a testimonial across the board. I should be in his television and radio commercials.
Maybe you should.
It is Mark Dickstein, attorney at law. Hello there, Mr.
Hello
Dickstein.
there.
How are you? How are you, Alan and Dr. Janae? How are you?
I'm great. How are you? So nice to have you on our show.
Oh, thank you very much for inviting me. I'm doing fantastic. I mean, the weather here, unlike other parts of the United States, is just gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that's so
Texas.
true. Yeah, we don't want to rub it in, though.
No, exactly. I don't want to rub it in, and, who knows what might happen tomorrow.
That's right.
I was telling Dr. Janae, well, you tell Dr. Janae what type of attorney and what your specialties are.
Well, thank you, Alan, for opening that up. I'm an accident injury lawyer. So essentially, I represent people who've been injured either on or off the job. If you've been involved in a motor vehicle accident, a slip and fall, if you've done strenuous work as a construction worker and you wind up injuring your back, that's the areas that I specialize in. And essentially, the two areas, whether you're injured on the job versus off the job, are two different court systems, two different types of benefits and damages that you'll be, trying to obtain if you're injured. So it's a pretty complex practice, but it's something that everybody needs to be aware of and understand.
So this is on or off the job. Do you also take on cases if, like you said, if there's a car accident, personal injury from a car accident as well?
Yes, that would be your off the job.
Off the job.
It could be either or. I mean, if you're a Federal Express courier and you're driving to drop off a package and you get hurt on the job, you might have two separate claims, one through workers' compensation and also filing a cause of action against the person who caused the injury.
And it's so important, the work that you do. There's so many people that I've seen in my practice that come in and they've gotten injured on or off the job, and they were embarrassed to actually follow through with it, or didn't want to make waves.
I didn't think about that.
Or people tell them not. I'm one of those, by the way. Where have you been? I actually fell in a supermarket and I injured myself, and I was kind of embarrassed, and I felt pretty bad for months, and I didn't do anything about it.
And that's a problem, because if you don't report the incident at the very beginning, it's very difficult to preserve any kind of evidence you have. If you wait several months later, there are so many different issues that can come into play as far as whether or not you actually sustained your accident there. You're essentially giving the entity where you hurt yourself an opportunity to defend an incident that that happened there. They can claim, well, how do we know that it happened there? Because you waited so many months to actually report it.
So if someone gets injured, what's the first thing they should do?
Well, it depends, obviously, if you're injured on the job or off the job. But let's take an example. Let's say you're involved in a motor vehicle accident, okay? Because that's a very common occurrence, especially on South Florida roads.
Oh, yeah.
So the first thing... roads.
Oh, yeah.
So the first thing people need to know is that when we represent victims of accidents, okay, nobody is paying us any money up front. We live by the sword, we die by the sword. If we do not provide any type of recovery to you, then we don't get paid. So obviously there's an incentive for us to do all we can to maximize whatever value your case is worth. So some simple steps to follow are, number one, you need to preserve the evidence if you're involved in a motor vehicle accident. How do you do that? Traffic is going back and forth, and you're like, oh, my God, what am I supposed to do? I got to move the car. I'm going to cause another accident if I'm here. Well, first thing you should be doing, assuming you're okay and capable of doing this, is take pictures of the accident scene. Take pictures of the damage to your vehicle, the damage to the other person's vehicle, and also the location where this happened. Because in essence, a picture is worth 1,000, words. So that provides a good predicate to be able to at least explain exactly how everything took place.
Right, if you're able to do it. If you're able to take the
capable,
pictures.
Correct.
Okay.
The next thing is you have to notify law enforcement. You have to get an officer to come to the scene. Failure to do that, and the reason why I say this is because oftentimes people will say, it's not so bad. How about if we just exchange information and everybody goes on their way? Well, again, that's similar to what Dr. Janae said about waiting several months and not doing anything about it.
Right.
You want to preserve the evidence. You want to have a law enforcement officer there because the law enforcement officer is going to take statements of the parties, the people involved in the accident. They're going to separate them, and they're going to hear what one person has to say, and they're going to hear what the other person has to say. And then, what's very important, if you can, while you're waiting for law enforcement, if you have any witnesses there or saw somebody that saw the accident, it would be great if they could stay around. Now, often people are very busy and they don't want to wait 20 minutes, 45 minutes for law enforcement to come. But if you get a name, a telephone number, if they saw what happened and they're going to support you, then you want to take that information. Because after the fact, when you do see an attorney, that attorney is going to want to speak to that witness because an unbiased, impartial, a neutral person, a neutral witness is much more effective than, the two parties or three parties that are involved in the incident.
Well, the first thing is to call Obi-Wan Kenobi. That is you. All right. What's your telephone number?
Yeah, give us your number.
To get in touch. The first thing you should do is call 911, and the second is to call you. Call Mark Dickstein.
Well, thank you. Yes. Well, the Dickstein Law Firm can be reached at very simple number and also on our website, 888-FLA-HURT.
888-FLA-HURT. Got it.
On our website, again, FLA-HURT. That'll get you to the Dickstein Law Firm.
All right. See how much you get. Not only can he get you something, but see how much you get exposure on our show.
Well, now that I know, if I ever get injured or hurt, I will be calling you. So I'm glad that you're with us.
He handled, for me, a wrongful termination lawsuit in one. He is 2-0.
Oh, wow.
He's a knockout punch.
All right.
That's right. I remember. Thank you very much, Alan. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark. All right. We're going to take a break here on the show. Of course, we welcome Mark Dickstein, an attorney at law who is now part of the Relationship Radio Network. We'll take a break, come back, 888-565-1470, 888-565-1470. We're coming back with Dr. Janae Lamaski and Positive Affirmations.